Morning, everybody. Kevin here from Watch This with Joe and Kevin. I'm going to be checking out a new show, one I've been wanting to for a long time. I've recently wrapped up For All Mankind, at least until season 5 comes out. The last season I did as an exclusive on Patreon, not because I'm being cute, but because I had a copyright issue with Apple Plus on that one. They hit me pretty hard on one of the edits of the episode, so I had to discontinue doing that. So I thought I'd go the other route. The most user-friendly of the streaming services we used before when we watched Mad Men, by far, was AMC Plus. They were really easy to work with. They gave us a lot of leeway, more so than anyone else that we've used, and that's where this show is. Other shows, of course, on AMC Plus that are great. Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul, but I've seen both of those shows all the way through and absolutely love them. So obviously can't do a first time reaction to this. So I thought I'd check out Halt and Catch Fire. I'm kind of fascinated by this show. One, it's historical fiction. I believe it's set in the 80s or 90s, and it's kind of like I'm assuming 80s because I think it's like real history of the personal computer kind of stuff. I had a friend who really liked this show a lot. And I really like the stars of the show. I'm aware of 3 people who are on the show. Lee Pace, who I haven't seen a whole lot of, but has a really good resume. Mackenzie Davis, who I have seen in a number of things. She's kind of everywhere now a lot. She was on my favorite episode of Black Mirror, one of them. Not my favorite, but one of my favorite episodes, San Junipero. And she was the one saving grace in one of the Terminator reboot movies. I can't remember what the name of it was. They all kind of blend together without numbers. But she was the one really shining piece of that movie, as I recall. So she's on this as well. And the one I'm really excited about, the third one, Scoot McNairy. And I really like Scoot McNairy as an actor. The last thing we saw him on the channel, of course, was the Netflix miniseries Godless, where he's great. He's been great in everything that I've seen. He's an incredibly talented and engaging actor, and he's on this show. I think those 3 are like the main characters, so I'm assuming they're on for most, if not all, of the entire run of the show. Yeah, I'm really excited to get into this. This is right up my level of nerd fare, I feel like. I am by no means an expert on personal computing. I can competently use my computer, but I'm assuming there's going to be stuff that goes over my head, particularly when we get into the original, like BASIC and, IBM and Commodore and all of that stuff in the 80s. All right. So I'm going to go and jump into it here then. I want to thank all of our Patreon subscribers for being here with us and give a special thank you to Actuarial Looker, Balash Foldes, Chris, Coincidence, Derek Peterson, Jamie Morgan, Jeff, Christy Goverston, NJ, Sudugun Varapu, Torgir Linkstad, Weird Magic, and WerePanda47. Thank you guys. You are the best. If you would like to see a full-length reaction to this and everything else that we've watched or watching, check out a link in the description below to our Patreon page. Every show, we're at least 4 episodes ahead on Patreon. If we're on YouTube, you will have to sync and watch along in your own source material due to copyright law. Only going to see and hear me. A computer command that sent the machine into a race condition, forcing all instructions to compete for superiority at once. Oh, control of the computer could not be regained. Yeah, it's just a complete computer crash program. I've never heard that phrase before outside the title of this show. Armadillo. I take it we're in the American South. Oh, don't hit the armadillo. He's really moving. That is Lee Pace, and he hit the armadillo.
Today's discussion is postponed, as we have a very special guest.
So this is a metaphor for the wheels of progress blowing through the slow old world.
Please welcome Mr. Joseph McMillan.
Joseph McMillan.
Let me start by asking a question. How many of you desire to be computer engineers?
Oh. And there's Mackenzie Davis.
Glad you could join us.
Well, she's young.
I don't think you really know what that is.
Why?
Because nobody who knows what it is calls it that.
Is he recruiting? So a couple of candidates there.
That will be true about computers 10 years from now.
Computers will be connected together across one network with a standard protocol.
Like phone lines. What's your name?
Cameron Howell.
Cameron knows what she's talking about.
Got it.
Nice.
Hey, that's cheating.
Everything I'm studying here is so totally 10 years ago that no one who matters pays attention to anything I do. What is this, anyway? Some kind of job interview?
Maybe.
Yeah, it feels
maybe
like
not. Depends on you.
And you work for IBM. Hey, computers could be more. They should be.
I don't work for IBM.
This kind of reminds me of when they put the computer in Mad Men. It was just a counting machine. Oh. You're getting right at it. Honestly, as soon as I saw them, I assumed this would happen, but like down the road seasons. We're 5 minutes in. Well, it's not the most romantic encounter.
This doesn't mean you get the job.
Oh my god! Wow. Yeah, that took it to a whole new level.
You mean we're not in love?
Is he supposed to be unlikable? Like an unlikable visionary? Oh, I like this opening credit sequence. Oh, Toby Huss is in this. I like Toby Huss as a character actor a lot. Yeah, Scoot McNairy. Okay, Dallas.
Ain't no jail cell can hold me.
You got DUI?
You didn't have to bring the kids.
I think I did.
Well, so she's super wife to be doing this. Tell him to spend the night.
Look, I had one too many drinks.
You still have a job?
Of course I do. Remember at the demo when we went to turn it on?
Wants to talk about the good old days?
1980 came and it was like, whoa.
So this is the 80s then. Oh, he's going through it.
Okay, Gary.
You're drunk, so the best thing you could do right now is to shut up.
I agree. This is a feeling sorry for himself. There he is, Toby Huss.
Control data. No, I know all the companies that IBM has crushed. And Cardiff Electric ain't one of them. It won't be.
You sound pretty sure about that. Maybe I see Cardiff Electric as a mid-major ready to take the jump, and myself as the heavy hitter you need to legitimize your sales force.
So he's a salesman then.
Well, if it's it. You got East Coast Corporate written all over you. Don't like East Coast Corporate. Ain't bringing a damn resume.
So he did bring a resume.
And what is this? What am I looking at?
A W-2.
He is just a salesman.
I'll break numbers. I always do.
We're married. You may now go break your numbers, darling.
Okay, so they work in the same small computer company. So they're in Texas. I wonder kind of when Silicon Valley kind of became the place for computer development.
A16.
Wow. Get him his own parking space. That guy sucks. Oh, he is a long way from the building. We've all done it.
A16. You're my SC for this sales call.
Fantastic.
We'll take my car.
Is he messing with him specifically? Was that on purpose?
What about IBM?
IBM is IBM, but we're neck and neck, and we're cheaper. I worked there.
He's really good at this.
Nobody ever got fired for buying an IBM. You've made just enough safe
Scoot is
choices
buying into
to
this
stay
too.
alive, but not enough to matter. You want to be more, don't you?
Oh, that's like personally to him.
This is about you finally having the confidence to walk out on the ledge and know that you're not going to fall.
We still talking about systems software?
Yeah.
I'm not going to apologize for caring about your business, even if the people who work for you don't.
Ooh, that was a good one.
There's also free install for
Gordon,
any upgrade.
please.
Okay, so he's Gordon. He was highlighting his name. I was wondering who that was.
I'll think about it.
So he did single him out.
But I need you to do me one favor.
Okay.
Next time I move to close,
You shut up!
I mean, that's fair. He did get into his flow there. Although he sucks. I mean, as a person, Joseph sucks.
Soda.
Yeah, it better be.
Mom, Speak and Spell's not working.
Well, what's wrong with it?
It won't turn on.
Joni, Speak and Spell won't turn on.
You gonna fix it?
I'm gonna try.
So is she also skilled at this? Oh, yeah, she knows what she's doing. You don't take the back off if you don't know what you're doing.
You want to take a look and see what's wrong with that?
They make that where you are, not where I do.
Do you want to maybe get me the salt? Maybe you could just reach into the cabinet about 7 inches from your head. Do you think you could at least get me the salt?
This is a terrible marriage.
A16,
What is this?
page 33.
Blow dry your hair some more or something.
Don't you realize what you wrote?
He does have great hair.
There's a project I want to discuss with him. This puts the future squarely in the hands of those who know computers not for what they are, but for everything they have the potential to be.
That's what Mackenzie Davis's character said, too.
Computers aren't the thing. They're the thing that gets us to the thing.
That's good writing, but also kind of vapid. It sounds more profound, I feel like, than it is. Okay, so he wrote this article. Is that why he sought him out? Highlighted his name, took his parking space, took him with him on the thing. He's actually here for Gordon? Is that why he quit IBM and moved to Dallas?
And the speech synthesizer chip right here, that is the extra.
Gordon, pick up the phone.
I got it. It's somebody named Joe McMillan.
Yep.
Hey, Joni, why don't you go get ready for the movie, okay? He wanted to know if you thought about what he said.
That article I wrote in Byte.
Man, he's like a walking corpse, isn't he?
Joe McMillan,
What, did you follow me here?
your
Yeah.
husband is the best SE I've worked with at Cardiff Electric.
He's huge. How tall is Lee Pace?
Reverse engineer an IBM PC with me.
That's a terrible idea.
Why?
Because it's illegal. Okay,
Isn't that the thing that everybody does now, though? Reverse engineer everything.
you missed it. We all did.
There's Return of the Jedi posters. This is like 83.
Buzzards like Bosworth and Cardiff would never go for something
So
like
we
that.
forced their hand.
Force their hand? How are you gonna force their hand?
Let me worry about that part.
Is this what we call this guy? What we call a disruptor now? Joe McMillan.
Look, thanks, but no thanks.
He stalked our family to the movies, Gordon. Could you please
Yes, he did.
acknowledge how crazy that is?
He's just keyed up about something. He wants to build a computer.
And what does that have to do with you? Gordon, we can't do this again. You know we
Yeah.
can't.
Look, I know.
Because I just had to spread the payments for Journey's next dental visit over 3 different
God, they're
cards.
broke too.
It's just literally a mistake that we can't afford to
The
make
symphonic was a good idea.
It's a symphonic.
The symphonic was the best thing your dad ever did.
Oh no, that's a crap thing to say to your kids in front of your wife. I don't think these two are going to be married for long. Oh my God. So Joe's going to trash his own apartment? That's a good shot. Of the camera, not of the ball. I wouldn't want to work with this guy either. He is not stable. Beat him there so he could have his own parking space.
Do you have any idea how expensive this thing was?
I was going to say, you're broke.
I took the kids to see your brother for the 3-day weekend.
Oh, he's a bad husband. Why don't you tell him to pick it up? He's got more money.
I mean, IBM, they basically don't own anything inside the machine.
Except the chip.
The BIOS is on one of these chips. We just don't know which one.
Okay.
Bad news is they copyrighted it and they own how it works.
Isn't this basically what happened for everybody to get the a smartphone?
That's it. Let's get to work.
So they found the one chip. As a complete layperson, I have no idea how legit this is, what they're doing.
One off.
Oh, I get it.
One off.
How many of these addresses do we need to transcribe?
65,536.
What? That would take more than a 3-day weekend, I feel like.
1921.
That would take months. Kind of curious how Mackenzie Davis comes into this.
There's a prompt. That's a good sign.
So they kind of built their own here. The chip.
Found a needle in a haystack.
Hold on. Let's fire up the printer. Still have a lot to do.
So Joe has some knowledge of computers then, but not nearly this level.
That's the assembly language code.
Now we do our own chip.
Well, I mean,
I told you.
How do you build your own chip without it being a complete violation of the copyright? Obviously. Without making changes, I guess. Oh yeah, you're dead.
Would you please tell me that you didn't buy all this?
Maybe I can help explain.
I'd like to speak to my husband.
Yeah.
Why would you lie to me?
Hold on, I did not lie to you.
Yes, you did. Yes.
Don't you realize what you have now?
He is a bad husband.
Not enough. I'm sorry, it's not enough.
Well, it always has been enough for me.
Yeah, this marriage might not make it out of the first episode.
John,
Nope. We're making pork chops tonight.
it's IBM.
There's no way they could know about it already.
Bosworth here.
They're thinking about
John.
Joe.
You got one of my boys down there.
Okay, yeah, they're just looking for
do.
Joe.
McMillan.
Joe walked out the front door of our offices last March. No one has seen or heard from Joe McMillan in more than a year.
Oh, this is why you do a background check.
I'm here with Rebecca Taylor, our in-house legal counsel.
We've got a problem.
What did he do before he left? Hey, that guy's in LA Confidential.
We just got done with a 2.5-hour job with IBM's legal team, including your old boss, Dale Butler. 2 idiot children in our employ decided to rip off their flagship product.
Sir,
How do they know?
did this solely on our own.
It turns out it doesn't matter, and believe me, we tried to feed you to the wolves.
How the hell did IBM find out about this?
Yeah.
I told them.
Oh my god. Of course.
Oh, go to hell, Joe! Good, get angry! Get angry! I was at Comdex 2 years ago. I saw the symphonic demo. It was ahead of its time. A year from now, you're gonna thank me. You're a builder, Gordon. No, I'm not!
He has to go tell his wife how much he screwed up here. He's making dinner now. Hi, honey, I really blew it bad. Say it.
I figured you needed a break.
Daddy, you fixed it.
It knows more words now.
How'd you get it to say my name?
Oh, well, I programmed it.
God. This is all going to blow up at some point.
I've been awful. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, none of that matters. Okay, not without you.
There you go. All of the damage is done. I think a train is coming and neither one of these two can see it.
Whatever it is you're dreaming of, build it.
Oh, wow.
I know you can make it great.
Wow, she's an all-star wife.
You partner with me in this family.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a pretty reasonable request.
Why can't we fire these peckerheads?
Because then you'll lose this lawsuit. Fire them, shelve their work, you're essentially admitting guilt. We say Cardiff Electric as a company has been pursuing PC development all along. You tell an engineer to build a unit that operates and performs in exactly the same way, but you don't tell him how to do it.
So this is how Joe wins. He's right.
Who we have to hire?
Yes, someone who doesn't
Mackenzie
know
Davis.
us,
Yep.
or IBM, and certainly hasn't seen the contents of this binder.
So we get out of this by actually building a PC clone? This is your brilliant idea to save our hides, Barry?
Actually, it was McMillan's.
He had this planned all along. That's okay.
Selling system software. I probably would have made you a couple $100,000.
You listen to me, boy! You listen to me! Because in Texas, you put a man's livelihood on the line, you don't follow through, there's not gonna be another new job. Because ain't nobody gonna be able to find where you're buried.
I kind of believe him.
Where are we gonna find this new engineer?
We needed him yesterday.
Yep. So does she have to come up with the chip on her own then? Is that really what we're getting at? Ah, centipede.
Unbelievable, you're gone.
Well, this is going to be a volatile trio.
Fascist!
Well, it didn't make him a fascist. You were stealing.
Oh, Jesus.
It's good timing.
You know I screwed him, right?
Let's be
Oh, wow.
about this.
You need me, otherwise you wouldn't be here.
What do you want? I was scouting you. Scouting you for this exact moment. No.
Yo, man, he's going to sell her too, isn't he?
No one who matters pays attention,
Okay, stop
right?
selling me.
Yeah.
I don't need you. How much money would you give me?
20 grand.
Double it. What's it gonna be, Joe?
He took a bus. Is she not in Dallas too, or in the area? Something about his smile is so reassuring, but I don't trust him at all.
This is for legal record. Have you ever attempted to disassemble or deconstruct any product manufactured by international business machines.
Oh, she's getting coached.
No, I have not.
Have you ever attempted to reverse engineer any microchips, microcode, or any computer hardware?
Yeah, I wonder if she's going to end up helping. Gordon's wife.
Like, I had some numbers run. Looks like this PC business is going to cost us upwards of $2 million just to get in the door. So if I need to stomp on one of y'all's heads to feel better about my morning shave, you're going to have to find a way to deal with that.
So who's my boss or whatever?
Me.
IBM is here.
I hired you. I didn't check your references. Son, I'm on the hook for it. And you backed me into a corner in my own home?
In a week.
I'm never gonna forget that. I'm gonna root through your closets, boy.
That's all completely fair. I would be incredibly hostile after all this. Oh, power move by bringing a giant legal team. It's a great shot here, how that was lined up. Man, I know we're early. AMC shows are always good. There's always good character arcs. So how you feel about characters change. But I have to say, on different levels, all three of the leads were complicated enough to like show really good, likable qualities about them, and also to show angles of them that are unlikable. Now, obviously, this is like first introductions, just getting to meet everybody. But as time progresses, I expect those feelings to change. I expect arcs to happen that are fairly significant in terms of the characters, including and especially Joe. I kind of expected Gordo's marriage to completely dissolve in this very first episode. I call him Gordo. I said Gordon. Gordo, I'm thinking of For All Mankind. I thought Gordon's marriage was doomed already, but it seems like they've kind of gotten back on the same page pretty abruptly. I expect his wife, and I didn't catch her name, but I expect her to be a part of this somehow, the way she was looking over his work in the garage. She obviously is a talented engineer, programmer, whatever she is, as well. I think there's a potential team up there that actually does kind of right the ship in terms of their family dynamic and their relationship. I thought Toby Buss was a lot of fun in this. I hope he's in the show a lot. I didn't. What was John? Was that his name? Anyway, doesn't matter. He seems like a nice like in-house foil for everybody. Interesting, they're using IBM, which obviously is a real company. So there's going to be as historical fiction, it is going to be grounded somewhat in reality. But I assume that the Dallas company they're working for is completely fictional. So there's going to be some liberties taken. Probably, some reassigning of factual stuff that did happen with other companies to this one to kind of make the history work, because we have a progression of time. I don't know how far the show goes as far as the PC. The show could take place over a couple of years. It could take place over many years. We could get into that she was asked where the computers going to be in 10 years, and she said talking to each other on a network. We may get to that point on the show. I'm not sure. So we're definitely going to have like some things that are probably true historically to make it work, and then obviously complete fabrications. I would be really surprised if all of the characters that we've met in the show aren't completely fabricated characters, which is fine. We're not. It's not a documentary. We're telling a story, and it's a compelling one to start with so far. And I think really good storytelling doesn't just have the great story itself, right? It's not just plot, but I think the characters and the character development and the relationships of the characters, all those dynamics matter just as much as the plot. And I think this is a great set of characters to start with. I look forward to the next one. Appreciate it, guys. I'll see you then.